Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In this video, we are going to examine the classic display of hypocrisy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, as President Tinubu accuses world leaders of neglecting the poor at the expense of neglecting the poor while spending billions spending on war. That is what we're going to talk about in this video. And you're going to see why it's a classic display of hypocrisy for the Tinubu administration to accuse world leaders of neglecting the poor and spending billions in pursuit of wars. Welcome to this channel, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours. Of course, you can see on your screen some of my books that are available on Amazon. These books, you can type the title of the book and the author name, and it will take you to Amazon platform. Amazon is world's #1 when it comes to book distribution around the world. And these books are available on e-copy, paperback, and hardcover. Thank you as we go ahead and examine this very topical issue. Now, in Nigeria's national statement that was delivered at the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly on Tuesday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu protested to world leaders by decrying priorities that perpetuate poverty and hunger and neglect urgent humanitarian needs. Tinubu frowned on the misalignment between the resources allocated to prosecuting wars by world leaders and those dedicated to alleviating human suffering in developing countries. Now, what Tinubu was saying, Tinubu went to the United Nations to champion the cause of the poor in the world, especially those in developing countries, that the developed countries are spending billions in pursuit of war, but they have reduced expenditure on humanitarian causes to help developing countries who are going through poverty. Now, this is ironic and hypocritical in the sense that, and it's also interesting that the speech was read on Tinubu's behalf by the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Kashim Shettima, the Vice President, if you recall, is the man that the Tinubu administration spent allegedly over 21 billion naira to build a befitting, in their own words, a befitting accommodation for the Vice President. They spent allegedly about 21 billion to provide accommodation, a befitting accommodation for him, even when there was nothing wrong with the vice presidential official residence, the Agoda House, where Osibanjo lived successfully without complaint. In fact, former Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, when they told him about building providing another accommodation for him, he said there was nothing wrong with Agoda House, where the Vice President lives. But this administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu spent 21 billion to build a befitting accommodation for the vice president. You can imagine what 21 billion could have done, could have provided across the country, even if it is to provide boreholes for millions of Nigerians that do not have access to water, even if it was to provide education for the over 14 million out-of-school children. You know what it will do. Even if it were to allocate that money for student loan scheme, you know how many could benefit from that. That was spent to provide accommodation for one man. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was not thinking about the implication of that expenditure on providing accommodation for the vice president at the expense of the poor in Nigeria. Don't forget that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. And the whole world also will be laughing at us. The hypocrisy of the Nigerian government statement at the United Nations. Because they will remember that this is the president who spent allegedly over $150 million to purchase new set of presidential jets. New set of presidential jets, which was exposed when those jets were seized by a Chinese company in Paris. You know what $150 million could do. According to Sahara reporters, other expenditure associated with it is even over $150 million. That was what was spent to provide comfort for one man, even when there was no serious challenge with the presidential jet that was led by former President Muhammadu Buhari. So this, you can see the hypocrisy. The government did not think about the poor when they were making those purchases, but they had the mind to castigate world leaders that were spending money on wars. Even that $150 million, if it had been spent to provide security in Nigeria, given the lamentation of security chiefs and lack of funds to pursue the terrorists, bandits, and all other criminal elements disturbing the peace of Nigeria, it would have gone a long way. This is a government in which over 160 billion was allocated to provide luxurious jeeps for members of the National Assembly. You know what 160 billion could do to the economy of the poor in Nigeria. But that was spent to purchase vehicles, luxurious vehicles, imported ones. The government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not think about getting jobs for the poor in Nigeria by patronizing innocent motors. There is no class of jeep that innocent motors and even the Peugeot assembly in Nigeria cannot be able to provide. But they were neglected for luxurious imported jeeps. And these are for the comfort of lawmakers and for the office of the wife of the president and for the presidency. Such jeeps were provided. These are monies that ought to have gone to improve the welfare of the poor in Nigeria, given that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. There was also another very expensive expenditure that was done in 2023 budget about the presidential yacht, where billions was allegedly allocated. Billions that ought to have gone to take care of the poor. Now, this shows the hypocrisy of the government, because if you cannot take care of the poor in your country with the billions of dollars available from oil, you have no moral right to go to the world stage to go and pontificate about world leaders neglecting humanitarian causes in developing countries while they were spending billions in pursuit of war. Now, the failure of the government to reduce the cost of governance, even as more Nigerians are getting poorer, so that they can have enough resources for the development of the country, is another indication that what they displayed at United Nations was mere display of hypocrisy. You can see that they could not even pay more than 70,000 naira as minimum wage. And many states are complaining they cannot pay. But the administration is still living in luxurious life. Only the other day, Godwin Obaseki said that Nigeria is broke, that Nigeria is bankrupt, that if Nigeria had been a company, by now it should have filed for bankruptcy. But the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is still spending money for the entertainment of the officials of government at the expense of the poor. That is how hypocritical they are in that their assertion that the world leaders are neglecting humanitarian causes while pursuing war agenda. Of course, what he meant was the military-industrial complex. That these people are providing money for research in military equipment and what have you, where they are not ready to spend money to help humanitarian causes in developing countries. But the developing countries like Nigeria, led by the APC, have not shown that they deserve such sympathy from the rich developed countries, because they can also see it. You know how it made world headline when they seized the presidential jet of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Paris. They will be laughing at us that we don't get our priorities right. And then we went there to the United Nations to pontificate about the neglect of the poor. Indeed, the world must be laughing at Nigeria after that delivery at the United Nations. I don't know what you think about this. Whatever is your position, let us know at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.